In this video, we're going to set up a web API for a online MySql database. You can do this for any database you have access to. Just to show you what it looks like once you set it up, I have a WordPress form set up where I can access the posts. So if I clicked on the help posts, it'll reach out to my server and connect to my online database, retrieve all my posts, and bring it back here. Now we have quite a few more columns here. I just don't need all those columns, so I took those columns off, but I can re-add them. And if you double click, you can see the fields that I did keep. If you right click customize layout, you can move the fields, you can rename the editors, anything you want. And here's the post itself, which I have set up to open up into a HTML editor. And you can change the editors as well. So this will give you an idea of what we're going to be creating, a little window into our online databases. First things first is we need to set up our websites and our databases. So if we go to modules, websites, and we click on websites, you'll have all your websites here. This is done because the websites are going to be used depending on what type of functionality you use in Smartflo. It's going to be reusable in different functions. So you would create a new website. You'd fill out the name, the full URL to the base URL. So in Smartflows, it would be http getsmartflo.com. You're going to need the FTP stuff. That's how Smartflo is going to upload the API to your web server in order to connect to your database. And since a database can have since a website can have multiple databases, you will want to add your databases here. More than likely, host will be localhost. So type in the name, username, and password there, and click Save. Add as many databases as you want to connect, and then save and close that. We already have our website set up here. So now we have the website set up. We can go to module websites and then to the web API. Well, I already have two projects set up here, but we'll click new to show you the process. And we'll say WordPress posts. Since we already have the databases set up, all we have to do is add. But you can set up a database. It's similar to the same way that we just did, that I just showed you through the websites by clicking new. But we're going to add that, and here's all the databases that we already have set up. And we're going to click on the help. And we can add as many databases as we want from different websites. Smartflo will go to each website and pull down the data from all those websites and combine them into one grid. Now, the structure of the database needs to be the same across all websites. So if you're using WordPress, the WordPress database is going to be the same on any website you install it on. So that wouldn't be a big deal. Click OK. And it opens up into the designer. First thing we're going to want to do is we're going to upload the API. And it uploaded, and it returned all of our tables for that database. You can also manually load the tables by clicking the load tables. If you have a database change, you're going to want to manually load the tables after that database change in order to make sure Smartflo is in sync with your database. So here's all the tables for our WordPress blog, and if we were to grab the WP posts, which is the table with all of our posts in it, and drag it over, we'll see we have a name. We can type in any name we want, and our caption is what we're going to see. We can just type in posts, and navigation will give us a category on our home navigation bar that this will be added to, or if you keep it blank, it'll just add it to the main home navigation. Click OK, and here are all the fields for that table. Now, we may not want to have all the fields on our forms and our grids, so what we can do is go over to the designer, select the form, and then we can hit toggle is active. This means that we can turn off, some of these are required, so you won't be able to turn the visibility off, but we can turn the visibility off by unchecking any of these, and they won't show up on the form. And if we select our different fields, like post content field, that's where our post is going to be. Let's click edit. We can change the caption if we want, and the name if we want. But we can also double click the editor, and these are the editors that are available for that type of column. Each column may be different, so if it's a number column, obviously you're not going to be able to select text type editors. It's going to be number type editors. But since this is a text type editor, we can select from all these different types of editor types. Since the post is going to be HTML, we can select HTML editor and click OK. And you go through each one, change the caption or the editor type if you choose, and then save. We're not going to save that but Smartflo will need to restart in order to create the form and then add the form to the home menu item.